Happy Monday, you beautiful souls. So today I've just been sitting, meditating, connecting to the collective energy, and I am going to do some messages for you. One from the Past Lives Oracle deck, two, the Daily Energy Guidance via Tarot, a Starseed Oracle deck, two Nature's Seasons Oracle cards. It was only going to be one, but the other one kept coming out, so obviously that message wanted to come out. And a Healing Energy Oracle message to finish with. But firstly, I'm going to pull off some things that I wrote down that I was getting while I was sat meditating before I even pulled the cards. So the cards are already laid out because I've asked and got the cards out that I need to be reading for you today. And today, the names that came through while sat in meditation, and I was asking if there was any names that needed to come through. And the three names came through, and it was Tracy, Jean, and Billy. Now, I don't know if these are loved ones or if these are for people that are watching my video. Numbers that came out that could be relevant to you, or you just seen these numbers, are 7, 22 and 30. And two places came out, which was Cheltenham and Chester. No idea, they'll be relevant to you. If you know, you will have to let me know in the comments. And also the feeling I was getting was the left hand side, like pressure in the left hand side, like temple area, and round the face, like tingling round the side of the face, pressure in the ears, both ears, and like tingling in lower bottom lip, and then tingling in the left arm from the shoulder down to the hands, and like I say, pressure on in both ears. Now, only you will know if these are relevant for you, but that's what I was feeling, and they were the messages that I got coming through today when I was asking questions. So you'll have to let me know in the comments box if these resonate for you. I will also say I do not reach out to anybody before I start doing the cards. I don't reach out to anyone, so if anyone does contact you what looks like my page, it's not me. So just be aware, because there is scammers out there, but it's not me. I only do these videos and post them online for you to see. I don't engage in one-to-one readings, not yet anyway. So yeah, so let's start the reading. So the past life card came out, and this is to start the reading, and it was Native American. Now, this could be in your past life that you are part of the Native Americans. You could have Native American bloodline. You could be a Native American family line now. You could be into practicing that, like with the shamanic healing, drumming, all that sort of stuff, that you could just be really into that. So yeah, that's the message that came out with that one. And then the tarot cards for the daily energy guidance messages was so this is the overall energy for today, was the Page of Cups. Now, as you can see, the page is normally like the younger youth energy in the tarot. Gender doesn't matter. There's no male or female in tarot, so take these as it resonates for you. But it's like, I feel from this that you are either pouring into yourself, you're starting to learn to put yourself first, because the cups is all about an emotional fulfillment, emotions, tapping into your emotions. So I feel like you are pouring into yourself, or this could also be a relationship. You are pouring into a relationship or on the lookout for love, but in order to be loved properly, and this could be from past relationships where it's not worked out and you've started to question yourself, in order to be loved properly, we need to give ourselves unconditional love, because then we then understand what unconditional love is. When you love yourself wholly and unconditionally enough to not put up with people's behaviours and just bypass it off as it's okay. So I feel like you're pouring into yourself and you're a kind, compassionate person, but maybe you just let things slide too easy, just sort of settle in because you feel that's all you deserve and you are worthy of unconditional love. And maybe now you are learning and feeling that in yourself. So you are now starting to pour into yourself, because when you give that unconditional love to yourself, you'll radiate that out of you and you will attract someone back into you on that same frequency that you are. And again, it could be that you've met someone and you are pouring into that relationship. It feels different. Maybe it feels more emotionally connected this time. And you feel at home with that person, because then we get the Four of Wands, which is like celebration, marriage, you know. So you could be then either celebrating yourself, that you are pouring into yourself to achieve a beautiful, loving, happy, unconditional relationship that will lead to marriage. Or this could be that you already are with someone and you are starting to feel that emotional connection, and it will grow to marriage. And this is what your wish fulfillment is. You would like your relationship to turn into marriage. So for me, it's either you're pouring into yourself emotionally because now you've tapped into your emotions and you have decided that it's time that you got unconditional love, because you are worthy of unconditional love and you are unconditional love. And when you give that frequency out, it comes back to you. Or that you are now pouring into a relationship. Like I say, it doesn't matter whether it's male or female because there is no gender in tarot. You are now starting to open your heart space in a relationship, and you are having an emotion, like you're connecting emotionally rather than just what we think is love. It's got a deeper emotional connection, which can bring happiness and love and marriage into either yourself, or you're going to be looking for it, or this is what you're working towards in life. And this can also represent 1111 on the card as well. So yeah, that's what I feel like we're getting with them cards. And then with the Starseed Oracle message, it's all paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, and turn your gaze within. So that goes back to the Page of Cups card, because in order to be emotionally connected and feel from a heart space, you have to go within. You have to start being curious about yourself and asking yourself, why am I like the way I am? Why do I attract the people like I do? And it is deep inner work. And you have to, when you tap back into your emotions and you open back up your heart space, you are then listening to your intuition and your inner authority, your higher self. You are trusting your own emotions and your heart space and listening to it all, instead of just listening to the thought process. Because when you open up emotionally and work with your emotions and your heart space, you're asking yourself from a heart space, but then you can then make the correct decision with it all together, not just straight from thoughts. You trust in your feelings as well. So that's coming home to self, and it all starts with self. All paths lead home. So it's about coming home back to who you are and what you want out of life. Now, the card that came out of the Nature Seasons Oracle deck was B, and it was diligence and cooperation. Hard work and spirit of cooperation will be the key to success. Focus your energy like the bee and stay determined. The power of teamwork will bring unexpected results. Believe that a collective effort will create a brighter future. I love that. So pretty. And this could be that you were either working with your spirit guides. You know, you might be tapping into this newfound energy of yourself and your emotions. You might be working with your spirit guides. It can be that you are focusing on what it is that you want out of life, and you're pouring all that hard work and effort into yourself. And you could be getting like you might be getting therapy, you might be getting help from somewhere else. You are just maybe focusing on yourself and putting that energy into yourself and being determined. And also it can be teamwork, like I say, with co-creation with spirit, with the universe. I don't know, you've maybe got therapists helping you from any issues that you've had before. And then on top of that, this card kept coming out, so I thought I'm going to take it because obviously it fell out twice. And it says confrontation and overcoming, and it's fear. Fear is an obstacle on the path of growth. Face your fears head on. Don't shy away. Acknowledge their presence and move beyond them. Each time you overcome fear, you make a breakthrough in your personal growth. And this is so true, that fear, basically, when we live out of a fear space, we don't live from our heart space. We just live from our thought process and what we think is right. It's like we have blinkers on, looking straight ahead, and everything's black and white, and we live in a fear-based energy. And I feel like that ties in with the diligence and cooperation. In order to become this, from the dark to the light, because there is always light after the dark, and the dark always comes first, unfortunately. Or it could be just that you're off through these times uncertain and confronting your own fears, and you've got to overcome them. But just have faith and trust in yourself and have hope that there is always something better. But in order to make them breakthroughs, we must face our shadow side, our fears. What is it that keeps us being stuck? So be curious. Why am I being stuck, and why am I fearing this? Is this real? You know, start to question them, and then you will come out on the other side with diligence and cooperation. And it's working the shadow and light sides together and embracing both. They are part of everybody. Everybody has a shadow side. Everybody's backgrounds are different. Everybody's journeys are different. But it's okay to embrace your shadow side, because sometimes it does keep you safe and other times it keeps you stuck. And it's about balancing them out and putting them both, your fear and your heartfelt space, and together, working them together. Your light and the dark need to be worked together in order for you to make breakthroughs and move forward and growth. It promotes growth. So yeah, I like them. And then the healing energy oracle message that we are finishing on, and this just ties in beautiful with them messages, is listen to life. I am attentive to the world around me. Signs and symbols guide me to success. I listen and discover the way to eternal. And you might be receiving intuitive messages in yourself, like inner guidance. You just know things and you don't know how you know it, but you know. Or it could be like angel numbers, synchronicities, that sort of thing. It could be certain songs that you constantly keep hearing and repeat, and it's like it's prompting you. That, to me, if you're hearing a certain song all the time on repeat, like it comes on all the time, you're just like, wow, it's just on all the time. That is angels and spirits trying to communicate with you. But just do know that in the spirit world, angels, we live off free will, so they won't come and do anything until we ask for help. So if you are seeing angel numbers like 333, 444, 888, 777, 111, I've seen 111 3 times today, so I need to see what they're trying to pass down that message to me. When you start seeing these numbers, for me, that's about me being in alignment. When I start seeing them numbers all the time, it's right, we're just going to get this message to you to we need you to just check in with it, because I've seen it 3 times today, see what it means. And also, and I feel like that is intuition, to be fair, is 111. If you are seeing the angel numbers, take note of them. You might not even seen them before, but now you might think, oh wow, I'm going to pay attention and see now. And it can be times on the clock. You just look at the clock and it's 11:11. That is normally the sign for a spiritual awakening number. Definitely getting your attention. And this reading for me is about coming home to self. Instead of working from your body, which is your physical body, and your mind, we've just been in the zone of this is the world we live in, everything's black and white. It's about being curious about yourself and then tapping back into your emotions from your heart, because we often shut off our emotions. Open that heart space back up, and you are now starting to trust in yourself, and you're starting to just get these inner knowings. So yeah, listen to life, because when you do all this work, it's about embracing, because I believe we are a soul having a human experience. And then when you do all this inner work, for me, it's like you start living the life you want, you know, like you're creating your life how you want it to be. You're not just here existing. It gets exciting when you start digging deeper into who you actually are, not who you think you are. So I'm attentive to the world around me. Signs, symbols guide me to success, and I discover the way to eternal. And eternal for me is once you start doing that inner work, because I believe that we're a soul having a human experience. Once you start doing that work, our souls are infinite. We are eternal. It's just the human vessel that passes away, but then our souls go on to whatever it is. If we want to come down here again, because maybe we haven't learned from our cycles, or we get to choose after that what we want to do, but our souls are infinite. We are infinite souls living a human experience. So come home to self and just be aware. And it could be like you're seeing robins, white feathers, pennies scattered out, like says certain songs, synchronicities, angel numbers and that. But yeah, do tap into yourself. Get curious with yourself. I feel this is what they're wanting you to do. And if you're already doing that, you're on the right path. But just know you're going to face your dark times. And let me tell you one thing, dead certain, that when you begin on this journey, if this is even relevant to you, when you begin on this journey, there will be times where you think it's easier at the beginning to go back. But then you'll get past a certain point, and it's not too far in where you will not go back, because you can't. It's like physically going against the grain of who you are becoming, so you can't go back. Like, you will not get pulled into that. And just remember, it's all a learning curve, so don't put too much expectations on it. But yeah, I feel like this is what they're wanting to say to you. You know, maybe you have in a former past life been a Native American. Maybe you have that, you're loving that shamanic energy, you know, shamanic drumming. You may be a shamanic healer. You've maybe got shamanism and American Native in your bloodline. Emotionally, Page of Cups and Four of Wands, it's about either you are now tapping into your own emotions and being curious about yourself because you are wanting your happy ever after, because the wands are all about passions, our desires, our deeds. So that is like marriage, stability, all that. Or it's about you are in a new committed relationship and it feels different because it's from you are both in tune with your emotions, so it feels completely different, which can lead to marriage and a happy ever after. All paths lead home from the Starseed Oracle deck. Starts with you. Everything starts with self, and when you learn to love yourself enough, you can radiate that out and you will match that frequency back into yourself. And that's your inner authority, your higher self, your inner knowing. You don't know how, but you just know something. Your intuition is maybe ramping up and you're getting that. Turn your gaze within. They may be trying to get your attention, so maybe sit with that. Ask yourself these questions. The B message from the Nature Seasons, diligence and cooperation, and confronting and overcoming. You need diligence and cooperation, but it's also about confronting and overcoming the fear base to have a brighter future and believe in yourself. Just put trust in yourself and know that it's okay to feel fear. But ask yourself, is it real? Because fear can be false evidence appearing real. So, you know, bring it to the reality and ask yourself these questions and listen to life. What's life asking of you? What do you want from life? That's coming from the Healing Energy Oracle deck. Now, this message has gone on a little while, but I feel like they're amazing messages. There is the button on TikTok in the lower right-hand corner. Press it, it'll speed it up ×2. please do engage with my page, because I am wanting to grow my content and bring this out to you all, because it fills my heart with joy. I absolutely love doing this for you and these messages. So yeah, have a blessed rest of your evening and day. So it's early, I've done it earlier today. Have the blessed rest of your day and evening. Peace, love and light, Donna. Namaste.